Hey guys, Tyler here. Now, the other day, time this comes out, when this video comes out, this will be around tornado time anyways. Now, I live in Michigan, okay? And in Michigan, we get tornado warnings like everyone else does. Okay, here in Michigan, we get tornado warnings, okay? Tornado warnings, okay? There's 4 things you have to know about tornado, okay? There is the advisory, the watch, the warning, and the emergency, okay? But what do you really have to worry about with tornadoes? What things? Well, it depends. Here in Michigan, I live here in Michigan, okay? We get tornadoes around, we have a tornado window from June to August. I changed that. I think we should say our tornado window starts in like late May, all the way up to October. All the way up to October, I would say. What do you mean? Well, we had a few tornadoes back in 2020. Or was it 2020? Or was it 2021? It was 2021. We had like two to three tornado warnings. Okay. Now let's start with what's more important. Now we also had tornadoes. We also had October being about 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago, we had a tornado warning in February. Tornado warning in February? Is that common? That's rare, but you can get tornadoes any time of year. I mean, like it's kind of like Alaska. How Alaska has like 2 months of darkness and 3 months of light, kind of like that. In the wintertime, we do get. There has been reports in the past 50 years of tornadoes happening in January, December. Right now, it's January. Now, during January, you maybe get. Now, I don't confirm this, but in January and December, you maybe get 10 tornadoes a year in those 2 months. About 10 tornadoes a year for January and December. As I'm saying now. Now tornadoes are mostly common in Tornado Alley, Dixie Alley, not here in Michigan. Now, tornadoes do happen here in Michigan. Now, the biggest thing that people don't understand about tornadoes is people don't understand what is the difference from advisory, watch, warning, and emergency. Well, before we do that, what do you do if there's a tornado? 1, if there's a tornado, you keep your eye on the television or the radio or your smartphone. If you have a smartphone or a computer. But make sure that they're saying there's a tornado warning, make sure this thing's charged all the way up because you'll need this. Or make sure you have a battery powered radio. The radio? What's that? Well, me personally, I have like 5 radios here. So I always make sure I have a radio. If there's severe weather, I always bring a radio with me, make sure it's downstairs. But the thing about me and radios is one thing. I don't always keep a fresh thing of batteries in it, which you have to change your. But if I were you guys, get a radio, buy a boom box, or buy a boom box, or buy a hand radio like $20, or like $5 at the store. Make sure you have tons of batteries for it. Like most of these handheld radios take double A's. Some take D's or C's. I have a stereo here that takes D's. Make sure you always have a pocket radio or a handheld radio or a radio app on your phone that goes to local radio. Because that's what you definitely need, okay? And make sure you have water, food, kind of like a prepper, that's what preppers do. Well, me, I'm a prepper kinda, but only for severe weather, nothing else. Now, advisory, okay? Advisory, you don't have to worry about that. Advisory's nothing. You don't have to worry about tornado advisory. Any type of advisory, it's okay. It's just saying there's an advisory, so there might be something coming. Watch is a little more. Now, watch is when it says tornado watch, you have to keep on it. Now, everyone knows like me. I have 2 other radios here that work. Now, when they say watch, that's when you got to keep an eye out and an ear out. When there's a tornado watch, then you have to be careful. But before we talk about where do you go, before we tell you what you do, before we talk about what happens if you have a tornado? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. So watch is where you have to keep a lookout or ear out on the radio stuff like advisory. But a watch you have to keep more as a watch is when you actually have to be on the TV or look at the sky or have your radio nearby. Make sure, because a watch could be something you have to keep it. Watch. Actually, a tornado could fall during a watch. A tornado could fall. Now, there's 3 types. There's F0 to F5. There's also an F6 tornado. Last F6 that was ever recorded was back in 1925, the Tri-State. But a watch, now a watch is something you have to be careful of. But okay, Tyler, what if you're outside, like you're playing games or something outside? You're not playing. You're say you're playing basketball, Tyler. Okay, just say for example you're outside playing basketball, right? And you're like me. Sometimes you go outside, you walk around, play basketball, don't know near your cell phone. You don't hear it go off. And you say you're playing outside, right? You have no weather radio. You left your cell phone in your car, which I have done that a few times when I play games, or I walk around, put the cell phone in my pocket, leave it on vibrate. What is this for your weather, Tyler? What do you do? Well, there's this thing called a siren. Okay, we've been using those things since the Cold War. But when they were in the 60s, when civil defense went in the 60s and 70s, is when we decided to stop doing the Cold War stuff. We started using those sirens for tornado warnings. Most places use them for tornado warnings. So if there's a tornado warning, seek shelter immediately. It means get inside a building, get into a place like a basement or a room with no windows. Now this is what, and do not stay under a highway overpass. People tell you go under a highway overpass. Do not do that. That's dangerous. Because the suction can hurt you. But a warning means a tornado could happen any second. Okay? A tornado warning. If you hear a tornado warning, you get downstairs or to your safe place immediately. Okay? Tornado warning. That means you get away from windows, get a separate house or a basement, and get ready and get ready. A tornado might be happening. When there's a warning, the sirens will go off. But you can't always hear the sirens. But the warning is not the thing. A warning is telling you to get your butts downstairs. Tornado emergency. That tells you the tornado is there. The tornado is near you. A tornado emergency, you have no time left. A tornado emergency means they have detected a tornado emergency means they saw a tornado on the ground or detected one by radar. Tornado emergency is where you go downstairs or your safe place immediately. Tornado warning is get your butt there. Tornado emergency is that it has touched down and it has been detected and it means it's coming towards you right at the bat. When you hear tornado warning, get downstairs. When you hear tornado emergency, that means it's at your front door. Make sure you always do what I said. Okay? If you want to spend $30 to buy, like me, I spent $30 to buy weather radios. You can buy them at Walmart. You can buy them at Walgreens. Make sure if your TV doesn't work, if you have a satellite television, if you watch TV on the satellite, I recommend you buying a weather radio or get a weather app on your phone to protect your life. Every Wednesday, if you choose like my radios, every Wednesday the weather radio will go off every Wednesday at between 11:30 and noon, so you know it's working perfectly. So yeah, but me, I actually have two weather radios, and they do their job well. One has a broken antenna. You can also buy a light for it, and you can also buy external antennas for them. Mine's the one you can pretty much buy anywhere at the store. Okay, but like I said, if you're gonna buy a weather radio, make sure you know what you're doing, and make sure you are always safe. Like I said, stay in the center part of your house, like a closet, like a basement. Be safe. If you do that, you'll be safe with tornado protection. Time this comes out, I don't know when this video is going to be coming out, but this video will be coming out early. The recording of this was the recording of this was like the 7th of January 2022. I mean, this recording is January 7th, 2023. This is a heads up to tell you what you guys should do during a tornado warning. Because the people in these videos don't know what they're talking about, but yeah. Tornado warnings are something you have to keep an eye out. So, that's all I want to say. So yeah, tornado warning and tornado emergency is practically the same thing. But tornado warning means get downstairs immediately. If you have cable, the cable system will hijack your TV station and issue a tornado warning. Okay? Which Comcast is still trying to work on that, so they don't do it. If you have satellite, you know that you're screwed. Make sure if you do it, make sure you before you do anything. Make sure you look for local radio stations in your area. Now, where I live in Michigan. I live in a town that has 2 radio stations owned by the same company. I make sure I have one of my radios always set radio station for weather reports. So if you have a local radio station that you live by that plays like songs, if you have a car or you have a radio, type in your city, look up your local community where the nearest radio station is. If I were you, look up. If you don't have no radio station area, but you know radio stations in your county, hook up to it. Because every radio station, by law, by the FCC, has to broadcast weather reports. If there's severe weather, like example, there's a town I know over a few miles from here. They play rap music. I know a person that hates rap music, but you know what he does? He has that radio station on his car. He has that radio station for his car if there's severe weather. Because by law, RoboVoice will tell you what to do. So yeah, that's what you have to do. If you don't know any, if you want to know, if you don't know any local radio stations in your area, go online, type in your city you live in, and type in radio station near my area, and it should give you radio stations in your area that you can listen to. Where I live in a county that has two radio I have a county that has two big old radio companies. We have everything by television. We have two papers and we have a few other things here. But yeah, if I were you, I would do that. Make sure, if you don't know if there's a radio station area, look up and see where the nearest radio station is in your area. If it's AM or FM, make sure you kind of have a radio. Kind of make sure you know what radio station is. So if there's severe weather, you lost power, you have battery power radio, you can listen to them for weather reports. Thank you.